Okay, so I've just seen Godzilla Kong the New Empire, and here's my spoiler-free review. So let's just get straight into it. So let's go over Godzilla first. Okay, I will admit, unfortunately he didn't have as much scenes as I was kinda hoping for, but when he did have his scenes, they were pretty good. Now, Kong obviously was the more center of this movie. It was kind of obvious from the trailers though, because he just had more scenes. But I was still hoping that Godzilla would have had a few more scenes, but there we are. So Kong, what I really like about Kong in this movie is that, well, the first things first, he gets a lot of respect. I mean, a lot of respect. What I really like about this movie is that in the fights, Kong doesn't need any help really, where he has had in the past, which is why I say he gets a lot of respect in the movie, which I really like. There's actually some really powerful moments of Kong. You can really like a lot of, right, there's a couple scenes where he is just the main character and you can really see what he's trying to say and stuff like that. And his bond with Zuko is great. You know, actually Zuko is a lot better than I originally thought. I was actually going into the movie a bit skeptical about Zuko. I was just thinking he's a bit more, just a bit weird. But Zuko was great in this movie. Actually, definitely would love to see him again, for sure. Now let's get on to Scar King. Boy oh boy, am I actually quite impressed by Scar King, you know. I mean, I was more looking forward to Shimo in this movie, but Scar King actually blew me away. Scar King has some very good scenes, especially his opening scene. Like, his introduction in the movie was great. I'm not even joking. In my opinion, it is one of the best scenes in the entire Monsterverse series. It was just done so well. I really liked his introduction. And they weren't kidding. Scar King really is messed up in the head. He really is quite evil, which I actually really like. I think it makes his character quite compelling. I think when they mean like Scar King's the greatest threat, they don't mean in strength, which is why a lot of people got mad of, you know, comparing him to King Ghidorah. But in terms of just like actual mentality evilness, he is by far the most evil in the whole entire Monsterverse, and I really like that a lot. He had some great scenes, some very good scenes, and I actually genuinely like Scar King quite a lot. He's actually, I have to watch the movie a couple more times, but he is becoming one of my favourite characters already. I really like Scar King. And not just Scar King, but the other apes that Scar King, like his henchmen, his bodyguards, as well as just the apes that are just doing, you know, like work in Scar King's empire. So what I also really like about this is that all the other apes in the Empire, a lot of them are very malnourished, very, like, they just look rough. They look like they, you know, they are getting mistreated, they're getting abused, they are basically slaves, and it's quite emotional for Kong, because when Kong initially sees them, you can really see on his face that he's, well, surprised that there's more like him out there, but also upset because a lot of them are just getting mistreated and abused by the Scar King. And it actually works really well. Like, I actually think there was a very good, like, communication with Kong to us, the viewers. It was really good. Our Kong that we've, you know, Kong in the Monsterverse, he is a very beefed up, bulky Kong, or ape. Whereas all the other ones, some are bulky, but a lot of them are very, like, rough looking, kind of fragile and frail, and just, yeah. So it's a nice contrast between Kong, who's been eating healthy and, you know, has been, you know, doing well for himself, whereas the others have been just abused and not cared for, not enough treatment, because Scar King doesn't care. Not gonna lie, I was kinda hoping Shima would have had a few more, well, longer scenes for a start, but yeah, Shimo was cool, no pun intended, but yeah, I did like Shimo quite a lot. You can tell how big Shima is, gigantic, colossal size. I mean, all the Titans are huge, but Shimo was just colossal. So I did like that, but I do kind of wish Shima had some more scenes to see her capabilities. She was a bit, in my opinion, underutilized, just a little bit, but still very cool regardless, and I really like Shimo as well. In fact, I like all of the new Titans in this movie, as well as the existing ones. I hope I haven't spoiled too much. I'm trying to think of what to say, because a lot of it I've already quite forgotten already. Let's go to the human characters. The human characters were pretty good in my opinion as well. In fact, I would go far to say that in this movie, the humans were at the best they've ever been in the Monsterverse. Let's go on to Trapper first. Trapper, great character. Actually quite a funny character. I actually really like Trapper a lot. Although I will say one bit, a few of his scenes in the Hollow Earth are a little bit over the top. There were a few convenient scenes for Kong, which just, it was alright. Eileen was good as well, like we saw in GVK. Gia was also fine, like those two characters from GVK were good, so they were good in GXK. Bernie was alright, Bernie wasn't bad. I think he was a bit of a drama queen, but that's just how he was in the previous movie. So that's just Bernie for you. But yeah, overall human characters were good in my opinion. I don't have any complaints. Like none of the characters I was like, oh, get them off the screen. I wasn't like that about any of the characters. The characters were pretty good, tolerable as well. So yeah, I like the characters a lot. So yeah, you know, Kong was good, Godzilla was good, but I just feel like he could have a few more scenes. Shimo, I feel like, same with Godzilla, I feel like Shimo could have a few more scenes to see her sheer strength and capabilities. We did get a bit of backstory for Shimo and Scar King by the Iwi tribe, so that was cool. A few more mysteries about Skull Island. I think there was a few references and mentions of King Ghidorah as well, so that was nice as well. But yeah, I hope I haven't spoiled too much. I have to rewatch this video obviously to see what I've said, but I don't think I spoiled anything really. But yeah, I overall really like this movie. I'm still debating where it fits in my ranking of the Monsterverse movies. Like I said, I have to rewatch it again. I have to watch GXK a few more times to really form my opinion on it. But overall, I really found the movie enjoyable. It was very nice and vibrant and colourful. It really was like the Showa series in the Toho series, the Showa. That was very cool. It was just, it did feel like a really modernized version of the Showa series, which was very entertaining, to say the least. Now, I will say, the audience score of the movie so far is extremely good. Like, I think it's like a 96% or 92%. That's pretty good, actually. That's real good. So that's good. Obviously, this movie is for the fans, and it's great. It really is good. I would rank this movie around 8 or 9 out of 10, just because like of enjoyability. It was just so much fun to watch, and it was actually like, there were some really emotional scenes as well, which I quite enjoyed as well. So, especially with Shimo. Shimo was quite an emotional character towards the end, but yeah. Really enjoyed this movie. I've probably said that like 100 times now. But yeah, I'm going to end this video because I got another video I want to do after this. But the next video will contain spoilers because I want to get into this a bit more in depth. But I don't want to spoil too much in this video. But the next video I will. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this movie like I did. Don't compare this to -1, please. It's just ridiculous comparing this to -1. I don't know why you'd want to compare it to -1. And yeah, so I see you guys in my next video.